Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Flash, and this is another Marvel Snap video. This one is brand new, very special. In conjunction with the homie 6LACKDAMA, we have the new 6LACKDAMA deck. We're going to be doing this series every Friday. I'm going to be bringing you gameplay breakdown of the new 6LACKDAMA deck. He's going to have all the information over on Twitter. I got the video and the gameplay over here, so I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Let's get right into the breakdown and all the information about this deck. All right, everybody, so as you can see here, the name of this week's 6LACKDAMA cook is You Eatin or Retreatin, and we're gonna get into, you see the deck here, we're gonna get into what this deck is wanting to be doing. We got a lot of great information from 6LACKDAMA himself, the card by card breakdown. But before we get into that, again, let me get into what this deck is trying to do across the board. He said this deck is designed to give your opponents a tough choice: eat what they're about to get served or retreat right away. So let's get into what the game plan is for this deck. So we take a look at the cards, and like I said, before we get into the individual breakdown, this deck offers multiple paths to victory. The primary plan is sending Electro over to your opponent on turn 4 with Viper, followed by extending the game with Magic on turn 5. This nasty combo gives you the upper hand with an extra turn to build your power. But don't worry, there are plenty of plan Bs. Whether it's locking down lanes with Professor X, countering big threats with Shang-Chi, or using Goliath for a final cleanup, you'll find multiple ways to win. Which is, I couldn't have said it any better myself. So with that being said, let's get into the card by card breakdown for this deck. Nico Minoru is the backbone of our synergy. Player into Electro on turn 3, and voila, you've just negated Electro's downside of playing only one card per turn. Whether Nico's effect is to destroy or draw 2 cards, she accelerates our game plan beautifully, allowing you to leverage that extra energy from Electro efficiently. Jeff is a secret weapon in closed off locations. Move him wherever you need him to gain an edge, and he pairs excellent with Professor X for surprise lockdown. Electro is the heart of this deck. The strategy revolves around sending Electro over to your opponent on turn 4 with Viper. This gives you the energy boost while restricting your opponent to playing only one card per turn. It's a game-changing, devastating play. Nico and Viper are key to mitigating Electro's downside. Magic is here to extend the game to turn 7, giving us more options after our Electro Viper play. Play Magic on turn 5 and you'll have an extra turn to execute your strategies. More time, more power, more wins. Makari is our tempo maintaining powerhouse. She deploys to a random location, even closed ones, ensuring we don't lose momentum while setting up our Electro Viper combo. She's also excellent for giving us priority when needed. Viper's sole purpose is to send Electro over to the opponent, crippling their ability to play multiple cards while we ramp up. It's a sneaky and effective strategy that sets the stage for our big plays. Shang-Chi is our big number problem solver. If your opponent dares to play heavy hitters, Shang-Chi will make them pay the price. He's essential for controlling the board. War Machine is versatile and can help you play into any location, including a lockdown Professor X lane. With the game extended to turn 7 and the opponent limited to 1 card per turn, War Machine provides a significant advantage. Professor X, the lockdown legend. Once you've locked down a lane with Professor X, it's game over for your opponent if they can't move their cards. He's been a favorite since day 1, and his utility is unmatched in this deck. Leader shines in a lockdown lane, ensuring you mirror and counter your opponent's final turn plays. With the combo ready, Leader can secure the win effortlessly. Goliath is your cleanup crew. He shuts down your opponent's abilities on turn 6 or 7 if you have priority, making it incredibly satisfying to dust their plans, whether it's a hella combo or a Wong setup. Red Hulk is our big boy, gaining power over time. Whether you're ramping into him early with Electro, locking down a lane with Professor X, or playing him after Leader and Eliath, Red Hulk is a force to be reckoned with. Alright y'all, let's see who's ready for some Eatin or Retreatin. This is, you know, Black Dama always makes these decks that is very off meta of what's happening, but very good, very strong decks generally. And in this game, we don't even need to really be... Yeah, that's not ideal, but well, whatever. So in this game, we have two options here. We can utilize Murder World to let the Electro get destroyed, or we can play Electro, perhaps, we'll see what the location is, in that right lane and try to send it over with Viper. We'll find out what our ideal option is going to look like here. See, Monster Island makes that quirky because we might Viper the monster over, and if that happens, we probably just flat out lose. So let's get Electro down now. Yeah. Now, I do like the option that we have here, which is lock down the Professor X lane with the monster, or lock down the monster lane with Professor X. Especially with Nocturne on the board, right? Like, we can Professor X now and maybe War Machine next turn and then see, you know. That's an option, I think. Yeah, let's do that, because again, we don't want to do that mid, because then they can move the Nocturne in there, which is not great. All right, I'm kind of liking this. I'm kind of liking this setup here. We can Red Hulk now, but I don't think that's a great idea, because we want a War Machine. We want to be able to get into Monster Island. Nico is also just fine with the War Machine, I think. I would love to just slam down Red Hulk on this turn, but I think our opponent might be in the interest of moving the Nocturne, which is what would lead me to do the Red Hulk now. Because probably not though, because if they move the Nocturne out, that's like a guaranteed loss unless they have Jeff. So let's play the War Machine, because I don't think they're gonna... Okay, joke's on me, they move the Nocturne, so that's interesting. Oh, because they can move the Vision in. Okay, okay. But hey, War Machine to the rescue there. So let's see what we can do. We can't Shang, okay, because even though things can move in and out of the prof lane now and sides can switch, you still can't destroy anything in that lane. So that option is out. We can do Red Hulk. I don't love what our potential end play lines can or can't be here. Because regardless, they're probably not good. I mean, we could Shang and then maybe... Viper's risky. Viper's risky. It's more power than Jeff, but just too risky. Yeah, I think we just lose here, but for the sake of, you know, for the content in the video, I'm curious to see what our opponent do. Nobody snapped here, so it's fine. I'm sure we lose, but I'm curious nonetheless. Ah, Scar. Okay, so I was right to play the Shang, but we just didn't have the equity. The early Bar Sinister White Widow is really what took the opportunity for us to do better. It took that away quickly. But I see what we're doing here. I see what we're setting up for. I like it. I like it a lot. You know, Black Dama is no stranger to making great kind of off meta style decks, because these aren't... He likes to do things that people aren't commonly doing. And on top of that, he likes to use Professor X, right? That's his favorite card in the game. Okay. Sorry, we had to pause there for a second, so you missed the Sunspot play. But you didn't miss anything, I promise. Viper's tough. We'll just play Viper and Cloning Vats, because just for sure power, and we get her back. She's a 3/5. Like, 3/5 is nothing to sneeze at. The Clintar is another great location for Electro, but we don't have them, so we kind of have to abandon the Electro plan at this point. It's turn 3 going into turn 4. We haven't pulled it. It's kind of, that game plan's probably done. I'm fine with playing Magic into cloning vets. Let's extend this game. Let's snap. I'm sorry. I don't snap in these videos. That was just a force of habit. The force of habit. I'm sorry. They don't have much going on. They're floating a lot of energy. I don't know what their game plan is, but my usual, you know, it's hard to shut off your usual function, right? And I did them a favor by playing Magic, so great. We're gonna have to Professor X now. We don't have a choice. We're just going to have to, like, period. You could argue that I should do this in the right lane. But considering that we have a 7-point power advantage currently over there, hopefully that's perfect. Perfect. I was hoping it was long. This is why we snap into these things. Makari's gonna play herself. We don't gotta worry about that. We just get to slam. Let's get Red Hulk down. Hopefully they don't have Shang. Even if they do, we can play Eliath, slam the door. Don't forget how good Eliath still is in this game, okay? This is a great example right here. We've got the good setup. We've got a 19 power Red Hulk coming down. Okay. But again, this is fine. This is fine, right? So that doubles. We're good. Because even if they go Odin, we get to shut that off. The game's over. Like, it's period. Priority. We are fighting for priority. This is a deck that rewards you for having priority, which can be a huge swing of winning and losing in this game. Now, we know this game's over. Our opponent is like trying to figure out, okay, what else can they play? They're probably going to play this out because I've given them no inclination that something like Eliath could come down here, right? So unless they just see, game's over. Just like that.
Iron Man.
Easy stuff. Now again, this is not the this is not, you know, this strays away from doing the classic, oh, cannonball, because, you know, that combo is kind of dead to a certain degree, right? This might be the new one right here. Black Dama, man, I'm telling y'all, this is the guy. All right, let's ring up another one here, see what we can do. Now we have Makari in the first draw here, so which we haven't had yet. So let's see what possibly could happen with her. Is this one of those games where we get screwed, right? Where she jumps into a random one of these locations that could be bad for us? Let's find out. No reveal yet. Free 4 power is not bad, right? Like, you know, that's hard to poo-poo. Okay, Nico. Okay, the double doesn't really do much for us, so let's just play Jeff and go from there. I'm good with avoiding this Nebula lane. There's not much happening there, and they're playing Makari also. Like, okay, fine. Tillin. Nah, I don't like a Tillin. Nobody likes a Tillin. Let's go and get rid of that. Let's go ahead and get rid of a Tillin because nobody likes that. All right. What's their play? Black Widow. That's not great. Not great. It's not. It sucks, honestly. But it's fine. Let's just... I mean, we could play Nico now. It's fine. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. And another Black Widow. Okay, great. That's okay. We're putting down Professor X this turn. Now, granted, they have a Jeff they can move in there as well. Actually, you know what? Hold on, wait. let's go. Yeah, let's go mid with it. Because maybe they might... Okay, let's see. Savage Land. Ugh. That's not great for me, considering that... That's fine. That's good. That's great. That is great. That is great. We have the power advantage in the middle lane, so regardless of whether it's Jeff or whoever, we have the advantage there. Honestly, I'll just play leader here. I know this probably isn't the best play, but it's kind of my only play. Playing Professor X doesn't help me any. And do they move the Jeff now though? Here's where the mind games come in, because somebody's gonna have to move a Jeff. They moved theirs to the right lane. That's interesting. See, that doesn't do us any good because... Oh. Yeah. They didn't get to blink anything. They moved the Jeff already. War Machine's just not... 6 is just not enough. If it was Red Hulk... Victory. Guess they didn't have anything. When you know... And I say this a lot. When you don't have it, you just don't have it. But this deck has it. And let's do one more, in the fairness of trying not to make this too long, because I know there's a happy medium with people. Some people want more of a breakdown, some people want more of, hey, can you give me more gameplay? And I understand. We don't have much for that to turn into. We'd have to hope to pull the Electro. So you know what? Let's play the Nico. Sometimes you got to rely on the RNG a little bit, right? Right? Makari might even go into the left lane. Okay, well, she didn't. She chose otherwise. But we know we might draw into Electro, and I don't mind floating until turn 3, which I would have to do anyway, as you can see. But yeah, there's a happy medium between more gameplay, more deck breakdown, etc. We got a lot of breakdown in this video. Very in-depth card by card. Pet Mansion. I guess, I mean, we're turning Nico into a demon, not ideal. I mean, sorry, Magic into a demon, which is good, just not the ideal target that we want to turn into a demon. It's fine. We get the extra turn, right, which is what we really want. Yeah, our opponent is definitely throwing here a little bit. We should snap, but I'd want this to be a full game. As best as it can, because the way things are going right now, our opponent is doomed to having to retreat. So we'll see. Well, they didn't let us even get there. What are you gonna do? Come on. All right, well, I think by now you should have a semi idea between my gameplay and the breakdown and the card by card of what this deck does, what it's trying to do. So hopefully these games helped you out enough with that. All right, everybody, that's the deck. Black Dama has done it again. I like this one a lot because who in the world was playing Viper before today? Maybe a few people here and there, but nobody was really playing Viper. You don't have a reason to, right? She was kind of a dead 3-5. Nobody was playing. So another card that we get to have fun with that has laid dormant for some time. Thank you, Black Dama. Appreciate that. Obviously, you know, you've checked out his Twitters, how you ended up here to find, you know, my breakdown, these gameplay. So yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share. We're on our way to 700 subscribers and on our way to the bigger goal of 1,000. Thank you guys. I very much appreciate it. Love y'all. Come check out, hang out my streams Wednesdays, Thursdays. We got Throwback Thursdays, and then Saturdays are kind of up in the air. But Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturday, come by the Switch, hang out. Let's have some fun. I'm Flash. Peace.